Hello everybody, and 3, 2, 1, abrupt cut. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm gonna very quickly just back out and we're gonna leave that on there while I talk. Because this will constantly rotate between the splash screen here and the intro cutscene, and I do want to show the intro cutscene because if there's any of you all watching at home that don't know the plot of this game as intricately as I do, the intro cutscene kind of explains everything. So I put it on a screen that wouldn't constantly flip-flop between the main screen and the intro cutscene. Oh, here we go. Just so I'd have time to talk and time to run the do the run up. So yeah, this is Metal Gear Solid, the original PS1 version. I am running it through the PS3 version because the PS1, what I actually have, does not like my capture card. It really doesn't like it. So we're doing this through the sort of PS3 emulated ? I guess it kind of is version. But I'm gonna keep your mouth shut during this bit because it's kind of important. It just explains all of the run up to the game.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Alright, and I think, yep, that's the end of it. So that about sums up what we're doing here, is terrorists have taken over a nuclear disposal facility and they want Big Boss's body. If you're not familiar with the previous Metal Gear games that were on the Sega Mega Drive and the MSX, Big Boss is basically the greatest soldier, ever. He was, Solid Snake's mentor. gonna go in on normal because I'm not gonna like try and do a really crazy like big boss no kill speedrun. I'm just like gonna play this. This is functionally like much like when I was doing the Year of Nostalgia stuff. This is like way out of my memory by now. I don't remember much. I remember the broad strokes, but not much of the details.
Stay alert. It'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Camp Clark deserves more work. He has a really good sort of. He does a good sneer, I think, is the best way of putting it. It's not James Flynn, it's Camp Clark. Oh boy, I hope you're ready for a long ass codec call.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay.
I never
I'm ready to
understood
go.
that. Like, okay, so it's built into his ear so that only he can hear it. But by the same metric, how do oh, hang on. I forgot to set this up. Is it actually okay? It does actually pick that up. Controller settings, analog mode. For the love of God. There we go. Ooh. There's a little bit of input lag here. This might be tricky. I haven't actually like played this at all. I just sort of ensured that it would run. Okay. We'll go over there. Some rats. Go. Back of him. Wait. There we go. Phew. This is one thing I
There's an
definitely do
elevator
remember.
there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Yeah, this is one thing I do remember. This little spot here with the forklift is totally safe. So long as we stay here. There's another ration over there, but we got the one in the water, so we've got two. We can only carry two for now. Okay. I'm running a slightly different setup. Music by Tappy. I'm running a slightly different setup than I usually do, so let me know if there's any like echo or if the audio is unbalanced or anything like that. So we're just gonna stay here. We just need to wait for someone to take the elevator down. Come on. I don't remember it taking this long. Uh-oh. Ooh. I was a little concerned then, because it didn't look like that guy was going to stop. Oh hell. I'm wondering how well this is going to go, considering I've kind of been spoiled by later Metal Gear games that had a lot of quality of life improvements, as well as better camera angles. Going all the way back to this one, I may end up making a fool of myself. I can only imagine what this must have been like making back in the PS1 days. This must have been pushing like the system to its absolute limit. I feel like an 8-year-old again playing this. It's so strange. I need to message someone. Sorry, I forgot to do something. You may hear some tapping in the background. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you do things out of order.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
there is the VR training.
It's
you do get
hypothermia.
there is a prize I think that you get for doing all the VR missions, but
if it weren't for your
that
suit,
can actually
your
take a
shot,
while.
I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I
Yeah,
see.
and there's also
I'm relieved to hear
when he
that.
talks about
Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary
shot that he
operation
got,
going?
there's a thing called the briefing menu, which just gives like a whole lot of sort of character introductions and general background stuff. It's not super important, it's mostly just fluff, really.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing
Mei Ling.
specialist.
Oh,
she
Mei
designed your
Ling.
codec, as well as your Soliton
Content
radar
warning,
system.
ludicrous
Contact her
comedy
if you have any
accents.
questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend
Mei
like
Ling's
yourself.
she's a lovely character. She's very well written.
Nothing.
But
I just didn't
man,
expect a world-class
they
designer
should
of
not have
military
left the
technology to be so
actress leave the recording
cute.
booth if this was
You're
what
just
she was going to
flattering
do.
me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake.
Solid
But I'm
Snake.
surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your
Yes,
enemies,
the radar
and the
is
blue cone shape
bloody essential
represents
to
their
this
field
game.
of vision. Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information
Alright.
you can from him about the terrorists.
That's our first objective.
If he's alive, that
Find
is.
DARPA Chief Donald Anderson.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be
Strong
monitoring
harmonic
your
resonance
movements by
is kind
radar, so
of
contact us by codec anytime you want.
techie speak
Got it.
for we
I'll
can't use
call
it
if
when
I'm
we're in
feeling
vents or
lonely.
hiding under stuff
Seriously,
or like
Snake,
in
we're here
tight
to
spaces.
back you up, so call if you need some
general.
information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your
hell.
current status. My frequency is 140.
I'm gonna forget to do that. I've been spoiled by
it's a dedicated
autosaves.
frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did
Oh,
manage
boy.
to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to
Ew.
the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
They're cigarettes. It's not about being helpful.
If you want to get in, there's the front door.
I'm not doing this, by the way.
It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA.
Alright, we have
I'm counting on you, Snake.
a number of different ways we could get into the building. Obviously, we're not just going in through the front. Alright. There's an item on the helipad. Don't go for it. It's a trap. Whoop. You will never get the item. You will never get it. You will always get caught. Meanwhile, there's a camera in here.
A surveillance camera?
Don't sound so surprised, Snake. They're not that uncommon. You can kind of cheese this by gently scooting along this. For some reason, it just about allows you. Okay, I'll hide back here for a second. And then, come on, up against it. Oh, come on. Oh, hell. This isn't off to a good start. There we go. Crap. I'm in a bad position here. Phew. Not a good start. Okay. Yeah, these controls are gonna screw me over, and I've been spoiled by later games that have had a lot of refinement. But we managed to recover. Oh, another camera. Okay. There's a guy wandering around over there. But before we... Hang on, where's he going?
Whose footprints are these?
Whose footprints are these? Okay, before we go into the base, we want to get in the back of here, because there's a gun. now actually have a pistol. I missed that so many times. Okay. And I know how to get into a vent, you don't need to explain it to me. And there we go, we're in. Only took a bit of finagling and having to beat the stuffing out of one guy, but we have a gun. That looks like about the right direction. Sort of press our face to the grating here. Hi, friendo. Don't mind me. Ugh. Okay. Nothing really to gain over there. Is this another ration? Can we actually pick it up? Yeah, it's a ration. We're full on them. No. Okay, this is not the right way to go. Can't see a bloody thing down here, it's so dark. Okay, I'm starting to feel like I might be better off using the D-pad rather than the analog stick, because the analog stick is very floaty. Mice. These guys are useful because they help you still avoid getting
Snake,
lost.
this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what
yes.
are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
Top
There's
secret
no one
black
I'd rather
off.
have in a foxhole than you.
Just casually telling
I know lots
randos.
about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80. Those mice are Alaskan field mice. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. Wild field mice don't have a thick layer of fat, but they can still survive the bitter winters here without hibernating. They dig tunnels under the snow. That's where they stay warm.
Survival specialists, huh? I should learn from them.
But there's a dark side too. Sometimes the males will kill and eat offspring that's not their own.
Didn't need to hear
ensure the
that, Miller.
survival of their own genes, right?
Yeah, pretty brilliant program, huh? If there are mice, that means
Don't
there
be
must
weird,
be
Miller.
an exit somewhere. Follow the mice.
Yeah, so Miller, we can. So to sort of break down, Campbell we can call to get sort of a reminder on what we should be doing next. Miller we can call to get slightly vague hints and tips. Mei Ling will save and occasionally will let us save and occasionally give us like Chinese proverbs. Splosh. Where's the vent full of goo? But yeah, as Miller said, if these guys are to help you get avoid getting lost in the vents. So if you follow them along, they will eventually lead you to the exit. See, we've got a junction here. Which way? They're going straight ahead, so yeah, nothing down that way. This vent is longer than I remember. Okay. Welcome to the tank hangar. This is the bit that everybody knows from the demo and such. What do you want, Campbell?
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Thank you, Campbell. Okay. So the elevator is at the far end of the room. Let's unequip the pistol. But yeah, tank hangar. First real sort of stealth segment of the game, and has the best music. Come on, Pip. There we go. Don't be indecisive, Jesus. Okay. Now there are items in the tank hangar, but we can't get them.
Look at the
Until we
radar.
get something from
It's
here
picking up the
first.
DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Yeah, so that green splodge on the radar is... There he is. Hang on. I can't remember how to... There you go. Unfortunately, he doesn't react. Ah. We can't get in there, because that's a number 6 door. And we're not even number 1 yet. Can't get in there either, because that's a number 1 door, and we don't have the number 1 key. So instead... Oh, damn. Oh, hang on. That's for a different thing. Yeah, because if we look at the radar, that loops all the way back round there. Yes, we use that later. Yes, I know how to climb a ladder. Oh, hang on. I think it's that way, isn't it?
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
Just loudly voicing your every slightest daydream. Okay, little side office with some ammunition. Not much else. But pistol bullets. We're gonna need some of them. I love just the ambient noise of crawling around the vent, just like the little background sounds makes it feel like so sort of spooky and claustrophobic. And
Is that a woman? Not
is that is that a woman? Snake. What do you want, Campbell?
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
So there he is, our boy. I don't know how they plan to get him out.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really?
Not much of an answer.
It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry.
How?
First, I
We
want some
swam here. How are we going to carry
about
this
the
dude out?
terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We're conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, there it is.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects.
That line is particularly
How did
amusing
you know
considering the later games. There's been considering the games that were made after
So that's
this
the
that
reason
were
you were
set
here at this
chronologically
disposal site?
before this.
Why else would I come to a
There
place
apparently have been a lot of Metal Gears. It's not a very
I had heard the Metal
subtle
Gear project
project.
was scrapped.
Like, everyone's got one.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
Piss off. I love that little just sort of wave away, just like, don't even worry about it.
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys.
Like how he's explaining how to use a
know where
card
they might
keys
be
to
keeping
card
Baker?
keys to this trained soldier.
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
The guy
Personal
who's
area network, huh?
in charge of this
It
operation,
transmits
the
data using the salts in
chief
your body
of
as the
DARPA,
transmission.
has a level 1 card.
As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
I never understood.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I never understood
I don't know.
what that meant
It
as
looked
a
like a
kid.
heart
Like I
attack,
never
but-
understood.
Heart
It says a heart attack,
Colonel,
so I
are
just
you
always
hiding
assumed
something
it was a
from me?
heart attack.
Absolutely not.
I like
Snake, you've got to
never
understand.
understood
This
what
op
that
is
meant
security level
when I
red.
first played
You need
this.
the highest security
The problem
clearance
with
to get access to
trying
the
to
complete
play
file.
through a
You
conspiracy
want me to
thriller
believe
when you're
you're in
8.
charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Alright. How do we get out the door? There's something going on out there. That sounded like it hurt. Oh, now the door opens.
Don't move! So you killed the chief, you bastard! Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
Alright, I hope you're ready.
Don't think. Shoot.
Combat tutorial, go!
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Alright. Yeah, the shooting in this game is pretty inelegant. Ugh. So it's basically you hold the button down to take aim and then release it to shoot. Not the greatest system in the world, but also grenades. have no idea, like, why that happens. I'm assuming that's just like a weird sort of fuck you moment on the part of the devs. Because, like, there's no way to know that those grenades are coming. Again, when I was 8 years old, I had no idea. I always got blown up during that bit.
Wait! Who are you?
That is actually very important. That shot, that camera frame right there, very important.
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea. Good girl. Just like that.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
I love how people talk about this military unit having a psychic as if that's like, yeah, you know, you have your team leader, you've got your medic, and you have your psychic. So, hey buddy. That was the guy that we saw on the toilet earlier. Bathroom, magazine, good stuff. So, Anderson was a wash. Nope, that's the wrong button. Come on. There we go. Anderson was a wash, so now we need to find Baker, who is apparently downstairs. Come on. There we go. Alright, and you gotta be careful here. Because... Ah, here we go. So, Anderson said that they cemented over the entrances but didn't have time to paint them. So, if we note that sound, and then if we move over to these bits... I distinctly remember it making a very different noise, like when you hit the hollow ones. Here we go. Number 1. C4. So now we can get those walls open. But also we're going to check the rest of these buildings these little areas as well. You got to be careful here because I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of loose floor panels that will fall. Okay, full on ammo, that's good. But yeah, a bunch of these are traps. Nice. Some good old-fashioned grenades. So we can come back here later. Ah, there it is. Yep. That's just a big-ass pit. Right, so if we... Boom, and then... Okay, this is the wrong one, but there is some goodies here. Chaff grenades. A staple of Metal Gear. There's another one. No smoking, but setting off a bomb is a-okay. So, this room, if I remember right, I do not remember right. Okay. Ah. It's full of traps. Yeah. One of them I remember being full of landmines. Not landmines. Like a laser grid. And so you can use the cigarettes to reveal laser grids. There should be one more false door around here somewhere. Ah, here we go. Oh, I'm not sure if putting it on the floor is going to work. Yeah. Here we go. And because we are in a tight spot, there we go. Oh, no, don't run out of the way we came in. Okay, so there's one here. Oh. I could have... Oh, I thought there was a second... I thought there was a second wall I needed to blow up. Okay, so placing it on the floor just in front of the door does work. Ah, there we go. Now, we've got a spare. This is the right door. I remember that. That's the right door. But this one, yeah, we need high rank cards to get there. And there's also a gun camera. But oh, also, if this might not work, I might explode myself. Ow! Yep. Okay. If you're quick, if you like just look, if you manage to blow up the wall and look straight in, then there's an Easter egg in the spot. But it disappears pretty quickly.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right.
Good job.
Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot.
The man who is entirely responsible for the whole series, and that will become
Now we'll see
gradually
if the
clear
man
as things
can
go.
live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
We've just had the combat tutorial, but now it's time for a boss fight!
Hiding won't help. I understand.
That was pretty shameful, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so, as Ocelot said, if we touch any of those... Wait.
I love to reload during a battle. There's nothing like that.
quiet. But if we touch any of those wires in the middle, everything will explode.
Alright. I'm alive. Let's go.
You have to kind of spray a bit on account of the aiming controls being wonky, and also I keep getting hung up on that girder. I'm not going to try and shoot a crossbaker, that's a really dumb idea.
Don't you want to settle this?
There you go. Oh. Sorry, Baker. Yeah, that's why you don't want to aim across Baker.
I love the smell of Corda. You know, that sulfury smell.
Where's my gun?
But to you, it'll be the smell of your own death.
Crap, I'm gonna die! Oh, crap. Not off to a good start. Oh dear. How bad is that gonna put me back?
Snake!
Snake! How far back is that going to put me? I hope not far. Okay, thankfully it's just here. Okay, maybe blowing myself up at the start of things maybe wasn't the best idea. Okay, I'm very quickly actually just going to save. Just so I have it down.
You can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
Save.
Be careful, Snake.
Alright, and we'll skip through the cutscene this time.
Hiding won't help you.
Tag Baker
I
again.
understand the bullets you see. I make them go where I want. I love to reload during a battle. There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver bullet.
Be quiet. Okay, so you can't use the inventory while he's talking.
All right, I'm alive. Let's go. You better hurry up. The old man's not gonna last too long.
I'm more worried about running out of ammo.
Don't you want to settle this? I love the smell of Corda. You know, that sulfury smell.
Yeah, you can crawl under these. It's not recommended.
But to you, it'll be the smell of your own death.
Damn it. I've got 6 bullets left. Okay, I've got to be very careful. I've got 4 shots, so I just need to hit him once. There we go, got him.
You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect
Ocelot's
from the man
actually one of the
with same
harder
code
boss
as
fights
the
because
boss.
you only have the
Been a
one
long time
gun
since
and
I
you don't
had
have many
such a
bullets
good
for
fight.
it.
But I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand!
don't know how that didn't kill him.
Stealth camouflage. Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again. Who are you? I like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton. Who the hell?
Dun dun dun.
Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
Answer my question. What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation.
Again,
Everyone
like,
who knows these
talking as if this is so common enough that you can just be like, oh yeah,
The
how
DARPA
do...
chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure
Like,
you
you
heard
could
him
just
right?
go out and
Yeah,
get...
I'm sure. In that case,
brain
how did they get
insulation.
your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up? Oh.
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
A female soldier. It must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
Oh yeah, that's one thing from the
Looks like she managed to
from
break out of there,
the
though.
briefing
I hope
tapes
she's
is
okay.
that
I'm sure she is. She's
the reason
green,
why
but as tough as they
Campbell
come.
was brought in
How did you know
as
she
the
escaped?
sort of
I was in contact with her by
command for
Kodak.
this mission is that
So I
his
was
niece
tied up here,
is that
that
lady
is.
we met.
Kodak.
Yes,
So
she
he's
stole
got
it
a
from the
personal
guard.
investment in this.
If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Damn!
Who's ready for some
that's
copy
right.
protection?
It should be on the back of the CD case. Try to contact her.
I'll contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball. If there's anyone who can
A
figure
little
out
bit
how
of
to
an
stop
oddball.
Metal
Oh,
Gear
you
from
have no
launching,
idea.
it's him.
Oh,
What if
you
he
have
can't come
no
up with
idea.
anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong.
The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
Oh boy, get ready for some history, some stock footage.
Is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see. Because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of muff are reported every year.
I have no idea who that is.
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes. And after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for
How
by the
desperate
Pentagon's
has
black
the
budget.
military-industrial
You can avoid a lot of
complex
red
got to
tape
be
and get a great lead
to be
time on your
willing
weapons production.
to
No one
consider
can bother you.
Mecca,
Not even those bleeding
nuke
heart
launching
liberals
Mecca?
on the Military Oversight Committee.
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here.
Maybe don't insult the
main
guy who's supposed to
hard
be
drive
rescuing
was
you.
destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me? Oh, no. Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
What the hell?
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake,
What
there's
a
a lot of
self-burn.
electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
Oh boy, we are piling on the mysteries. Alright, and since we won the fight, we get a boost to our life bar, and all of our weapons now have higher storage capacity, that's the word. Level 4, still not going anywhere. Alright, so we're going to have to come back here once we get a higher rank key card. So, who's ready for some copy protection? So, the guy said that oh boy, hang on, I'm gonna duck into one of these so I can talk. So, he said that that Meryl's codec frequency was on the back of the CD case. I thought he meant this. For the longest time, I thought that he meant this was the CD case he was talking about, and I thought that this was how you found out Meryl's codec number. No, it's on the back of the game box. There is a screenshot of a codec conversation with Meryl. So you have to pick up the box and look at the back, but on account of that not existing, if we go here, Meryl's codec frequency 14015. So that was some very, very strange copy protection for its era.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I mean,
I
kinda.
don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You?
We've got a
Sorry
fan,
about before.
apparently.
I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookies' eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the
Really?
legendary Solid
Flirting with
Snake.
someone who tried to
trying
shoot
sweep me
you
off my
earlier?
feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they?
Of course I bloody haven't.
You see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel,
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top-secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the
Kind of
terrorists
fishy.
want?
This whole situation is fishy.
Sorry, I'm not
You've been paying
sure.
attention, Snake.
I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, you met Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second-floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement?
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
I mean, he's done it before. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
What's the best way to get to the building where the doctor is being held?
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are.
I mean, she shot.
You pause
She
because
shot.
1 second in front
She
of your
shot
enemy and
6
it's all
people
over.
during the
Good luck
prison
doesn't
break.
last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training. But when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action. And now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl. Everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just take it easy.
But I learned all about combat high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think
It's
about
very
keeping
interesting
yourself alive.
how sort of
If I get out of
philosophical
here
and
alive, I'll think
poetic
about that
Snake
other
can get
stuff.
sometimes.
Okay. Let me try
You know,
to
for
say
someone
this
who's
another
supposed, who's
way.
like
Stay the
so
hell
far
out
just
of
been
my
kind
way.
of introduced as a bit of like
You're a real bastard. Just
a
like
bit of a
my uncle
meathead,
said.
you
I
know,
told you,
grunt.
real me is no match for the legend.
But he's very intelligent.
Like you were right. Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the detonation code override.
Gotcha. But listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
Alright. Where's my controller stop? There we go. Okay. You're gonna want to check some of these side rooms for bullets. I count that I bloody used all of them during all the. There we go, 36. no hesitation. Now we need to go back upstairs. I'm going to drop a quick save before we start going around the tank hangar again. Okay. Oh, whoops.
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
I told you it was important.
Nothing.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful. If an intruder is sensed, gas is released.
Gas?
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait, you said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
Alright, before we go there, we want to explore around the tank hangar a bit, because there's some items that we're going to need before we go through to the next area. But first things first, I want to save.
What can I do for you, Snake?
I'm pretty sure there's only...
Snake, listen to what Lo Chi
Pretty
said.
sure there's only like
He
3
who knows that
dudes.
enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
I mean, she's not wrong. So... I'm gonna head carefully upstairs, and there's a little room, there's a couple of rooms on the side that we will explore. Also, this grating, it's weird, the game claims that it's like special clanky flooring that's supposed to make a lot of noise. Alright, but it, as far as I can tell, it just doesn't. So, cardboard box, classic Metal Gear item. We are now hidden. So long as we don't get in anyone's way, they will generally leave the box alone. But we wanna explore around. Let's be careful. Yeah. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like special clanky flooring, so I'm gonna just be careful because I'm pretty sure there's no... Okay, no, there's one. What level of door is that? That's level 4. If we had gone in through the upper floor, that's where we would come. That's where we would have come out. Okay. There's the elevator, so we want to also go over there and check that door. But we want to especially get in there because there is a special item that we want to get before we move on to the next area. I should probably have the card ready. Flawless. Boom. Mine detector. There it is. Weird. Oh, hang on. No? Can I get under that desk? Yeah. Weird. It's flashing in red on there. Okay. We're gonna have to wait for this guy to do his routine. Go all the... We're gonna do... Blah, 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 blah. Words. We need to wait for him to go all the way back to the left. Because we can't get into that other room without a rank 4 card. So we can't dip in there to wait for him to pass us, unfortunately. This was a bit of a problem of the earlier Metal Gear games, was that there was a lot of times where you were just kind of sitting waiting for someone to bloody move. Oh, come on, will you move? Go over to the... There we go. Just very quickly leg it. There we go. Effortless. Textbook. Okay, didn't take too much damage there. So, basically all that we want to do is just very quickly nip over to the... we want to very quickly nip over to the far side of the room. Where that other level 2 door is. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. Ow. Oh, I'm probably gonna die. Yep. I don't remember how you do grapples in this game anymore. Hang on. Let's take a very quick second. Software manual. Strangle. Square button, not circle. Okay. That's how you do it.
Unlock the cargo door.
Yep. Speed through all that. We don't need to worry about it. Okay, well, we'll do the... I need that bloody mine detector and all the other stuff. Thankfully... Thankfully, Metal Gear Solid 1 does let you play a little bit faster and looser with enemy kills. Because you don't need to worry about... You don't need to worry about them being found, so you can just take them out like that. So now, if we equip our pistol and equip... There we go. We now have a silenced pistol. Okay, so there's one guy down on the lower area. Hi, friendo. Please don't go over here. Thank you. So, one guy down on the lower area, one guy up on the gantry. Is he going to investigate? Yeah, he's going to go peer at the stairs. And then we can just zip up. And now we just need to get the wait, if I just run. Yeah, he doesn't react. See, that's what I mean. It's supposed to be like special clanky flooring that makes noise, but it just doesn't. But nobody reacts to it. All right, mine detector, and we are going to very quickly make another save. Another save here.
What is it, Snake?
Save. Oh God. I'm doing the old Resident Evil shuffle save here.
Snake, like Shakespeare said, nought's had, all spent, where our desire is got without content. Basically, it means that your desire can get you into trouble if you're not careful.
Yes,
that
I can
goes
see
for
that.
items too. Don't get too greedy or you might be sorry. Be careful, Snake.
Does the game know? Does the game know? I feel like it knows. Alright, so we now have the mine detector. Which way is that going? Ugh. Move, please. Shoot him. Well, that was a waste. Oh, God. Ow, rude. Go duck into that side office again. And I'm invisible. Yeah, the first game was a lot more aggressive with its enemies. Oh, that was a real problem. You need to have the card equipped in order to actually use it. I'm pretty sure they got rid of that in later games, though don't quote me on that because I really don't remember. Okay, later, bitch. Okay. So now we need to wait for this idiot to move. Okay, I'm gonna drop one more save because holy fucking shit, this bit will
What
get
can I do
you.
for you, Snake?
Save over the top one for now.
Snake, in China they say you must cross the river before you tell the crocodile he has bad breath. Do you know what that means? It means that the
proverb is
wise man
that?
avoids danger first. Use your brain to avoid traps and stay away from the enemy.
Thank you. But speaking of traps, I hope you're ready because this one was a real brute.
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them and the doors will seal off and the place will be flooded with poison gas. Somehow you've got to get through without setting off those
Why does
sensors.
this place is supposed to be a military installation? Why does it have trip lasers and gas? Okay, so this is how you do it: is you use the cigarettes to very carefully. You can just about see them. You've got to time I remember this one being a absolute monstrosity. Phew. Because they never tell you that. I can't remember, like, one of the other codec people that we, one of the other codec people that we can talk to that I can't remember the number for, like, you have to do a special thing to get her frequency, but if you talk to her, she will explain to you that you can use cigarette smoke to see the mines.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Ew.
Deep Throat? The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you anyway?
One of your pans.
I'm not seeing a tank. But yeah, he is right. If we equip the mine detector, we've just strode right into a minefield. But Snake is apparently some kind of wizard. If you just crawl, then you can just pick them up without the risk of setting them off. You can even go, like, literally right in front of them. So, let's get rid of all of those. I think this is like one of 2 moments in the whole game where you ever need to bother using the mine detector. Alright, let's keep that equipped for a sec. Okay. Oh, and then Abrams just apparates.
Snakes don't belong in Alaska. I will not let you pass. Send him a message.
How does that man fit in there? How does a big old unit like him even fit in that tank?
That's right. You belong on the ground. You should crawl on the ground like the snake you are. Come, let's fight.
Alright, who's ready for Man v Tank? Right, leg it. Ow. Not entirely certain how I was supposed to avoid that one. Heal. Okay, didn't take damage from that one. The Snowdrift saved me. But if we lay it under his range, this guy pops out. Whoop. Have fun! Oh wow. Got him right on with that.
See how you like this?
Uh-oh, bad timing, mate. Ah. Don't run into it. Catch up with that, turn the turret around. Yeah, if you pull the pin on the grenade and you get hurt, you drop the grenade. Ow. Did that go in? Just about. Missed. Nope, just got him. That's apparently how you take out a tank on foot. They did a remake of this game for the GameCube, which used the Metal Gear Solid 2 engine.
You got the card.
We'll play with him a little longer.
And in that, this cutscene has Snake throw the grenade right down the barrel of the tank.
Said, in battle, he is as if possessed by a demon, much like you. I would expect no less.
See? I told you so. But I will kill him.
So, General Ivan, I hear he took your hand as well as your dignity.
Watch your tongue, shaman.
In the language of the Sioux people, Sioux means snake. It is known as an animal to be feared.
Well, Snake is mine now. When I meet him next, I'll take special care of him.
Ooh, we've upset Ocelot. Ooh, we've upset him.
He and I will meet again in battle.
Same prediction as always?
Yes, the raven on my head. It thirsts for his blood.
Okay. Now welcome to one of the tougher parts of the game. The Warhead Storage Building. This area has... Whoop, camera. So, this area has more cameras, more dudes, tighter quarters, and if we get seen, the whole place will be filled with gas. So this is going to be tricky. So we've got about 15 minutes left on the clock. Let's have a stab. I'll drop another save just before we begin.
What's up, Snake?
Save over that one again, since as we
How's it going,
since
Snake?
we didn't,
Have you gotten used to using the radar yet?
we've only just
Yeah,
like defeated
it's
the
a great
boss. There's
system.
not enough
Not only can I read
difference
the
here to make it.
topography, but I can monitor the movement of the bad guys too.
Pretty convenient, huh? It also makes it easy for us to see everything that you're doing.
You're watching everything?
Of course. If you were my boyfriend, you'd never be able to cheat on me.
Being monitored
Let me never
24
to
hours
upset
a day,
you.
that'd be like hell.
Don't think of it like that. At least you'd never get lost.
Yeah, thanks. Alright. Welcome to one of the toughest parts of the game.
Be careful. You absolutely must not use weapons in that area.
I've already programmed the nanomachine so that he won't be able to, Colonel.
What? What are you talking about?
Have you forgotten? That's where they keep the nuclear warheads. Can't you see them?
Yeah, there's lots of boxes piled up here, but are they all warheads?
Yes, they're all dismantled warheads.
They just leave them here? It's like President Baker said. Totally careless.
They're working on a limited budget. They try to put on a pretty face for the media, but this is the grim reality of it.
I
Nastasha
would have
knows
thought
lots
you would
more about it than
you
I
would
do.
assign a bit more cash.
Her frequency is 141.52.
You would think that. Oh yeah, there we go.
All of the warheads
That's
in
how
those
you get
boxes have
Natasha.
had their detonation mechanisms removed, so there's no
But,
fear of them
um,
exploding. But if the warheads are broken, they might leak plutonium, and
You
that
would think
be a
they'd
serious
assign a bit
problem.
more cash to disposing of dismantled
Never use your weapon
nukes.
on that floor.
Alright, so as he says, if we use, well, it's not if we use, we simply cannot use guns in this area. Just stone, no, can't use them. I'm gonna just stand up here for a sec, and I'm gonna look around. Yeah, there's no side room. Okay, there's a guy coming around the corner. These guys are all in hazard suits. That's how you know that this is about to get serious. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a spurt of blood there. Nasty. Okay. And... okay, that's an alternate way down. Some stuff over there. Is that a camera? Doesn't appear to be moving. Okay. Nothing important up here. I'm racking my brains to try and remember where you get the... hang on, I'm going to very quickly actually check something. Sorry, there's going to be a very brief moment while I just check... something. Oh god, it doesn't say... it doesn't say where it is. I'm trying to check where the, I'm trying to check where the bloody assault rifle is, because I don't remember. Nope. That's YouTube, don't want that. And also that's Metal Gear Solid 2, that's no bloody help. How do I... crud. Okay, there is no mention of where the bloody assault rifle's at. Looks like we're just gonna have to search for it. Also, hi. Can't antagonise Hal through the wall either. That's a good scare chord for a... alright. So we're not getting through that way.
Snake, watch out. That place is filled with gas. Also,
I can
the floor is
tell.
electrified. First, destroy the high voltage switch. It's the switchboard on the northwest wall.
But how? I can't reach it.
Use a remote-controlled missile.
Right, so we need to find ourselves a remote-controlled missile. They must really want Hal to stay put. They've electrified the floor and filled the entire bloody room with poison gas. That is determination to make sure he stays put. So, nope, didn't mean to press that. Okay, that's just the bathroom. There's only one guy here, so we're just gonna have to circle around. God damn it, all of these side rooms are blocked. Fat lot of good that is. Oh crap. No. Oh crap, I've got grenades equipped. There's gonna be a bang in a second. Oh, bother. I thought I was hidden behind that box. I guess it wasn't as tall as I thought it was. I do not remember dying so quickly in this game. Let's try that again. So this is apparently a half-height box. Now I can run around behind him. Missile launcher. Oh crap. Okay, and he goes straight back to normal. Oh piss. Oh piss. No, not scope. No, box, quickly. Okay, go. Dun 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 dun. I forgot about that guy. Yeah, you gotta be quick because he sits in the toilet for a little while and then eventually takes up position on the other side of that office area. Okay, we now have the Nikita launcher, which is a remote controlled missile. So we need to carefully guide this thing. Whoa. There we go, I forgot you could do first person mode. Don't have long before smoke runs out of air. And we've got to thread the needle. It's the world's slowest bloody missile, this thing. And pop. There we go. Alright. Let's very quickly back out, fill up on air. And bring a gun. Alright, floor disabled. Oh, we should check these side rooms. Pretty sure one of these has like a useful... Ah ha ha, there it is, the FAMAS. Okay, can't get in there. That one does have... Okay, oh, actually, this is a perfect opportunity to show off the chaff grenades. And pop, there we go. So chaff grenades disable anything that relies on a wireless signal. That is to say, basically any camera. Uh-oh. And we also now have the gas mask, which cuts massively down on our oxygen usage when we're in the gas. We'll worry about looting the other side of that area later. Because I'm pretty sure we get the level 4 card.
Like they were cut by some type of blade.
Solid Snake, Sherlock Holmes UA.
It's a ghost.
I know this looks goofy, but like, this was the height of horror in 1997. whoever that ninja is, apparently he's a walking EMC jammer. And this dude ain't dead, he's still moving around. Okay, looking at the time, I think that's a good place to leave off. We will set you up with some intrigue for next time. Save over that one. Alright,
Snake,
let's
have
have
you
a
ever heard
proverb
the saying,
before we leave.
friendly counsel cuts off many foes? It means that a little bit of advice from friends can save you a lot of trouble. You should think about it. If you're in trouble or if you need some information about something, please contact Colonel Campbell or someone else, okay?
Alright. So I think that's a good place to leave off. We will come back next time. Enjoying some classic PS1 nostalgia. I'm just so happy that this works, to be honest. But I will see you all next time. Thank you, good night, and much love.